Hello everyone, I am the Cricket Freak. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the IPL finals and how RCB managed to finally get across the final frontier after 18 long years. Forgive me if I'm fanboying RCB a little too much in the podcast, but I'll try my best to stay as neutral as possible. But it's been so many years of wait, so it's obvious that I might just get that much more carried away, but I'll try my best. This year's IPL, like I maintained throughout the season, was by far one of the most competitive ones I've watched. One might argue that 9 matches before the playoffs, the top 4 was decided, but you don't forget top 2 positions were all open until the last league game, that was RCB versus LSG. In cricket, luck is very, very underrated. People never talk about luck. People always talk about the hard work. I understand hard work is a very, very important thing. Planning is a great thing in cricket and in any sport, to be able to be fit physically and mentally is very important. But there's this small bit of luck that has to always go in your favor for you to be the champion. And RCB, according to me, never had that luck. They're not like a Punjab or a Delhi who have been so inconsistent in the last 17 years. I'm not talking about the Punjab that played this year. I'm talking about Punjab and Delhi who have not been as consistent as RCB has been. RCB has qualified 9 or 10 times to playoffs in 18 years. That's insane amount of consistency. And I understand until 2017 and 2018 they were also not one of the most planned teams. They were just running the team on the brand value of Virat Kohli, and so many things were going on. But ever since Mike hasn't took over the team, this team looked like a championship winning team. Every single time you look at the players that they are buying in the auction, be it Rajat Patidar or be it Dinesh Karthik, they were all inspired guys. And this team looked like, oh, what is RCB doing? Why do they suddenly start looking like a championship winning team? We've seen with CSK how consistent CSK has been until lockdown. There was no year, apart from the 2 years where they were banned, there was no occasion where CSK has not qualified for the playoffs. And every alternate year, MS Dhoni would play a finals. So that level of consistency when you have, you're bound to win a championship or two in due course of time. And that's what happened with RCB this year. If you look at the last 6 years, except in 2023 where they lost their final league game against Gujarat, they qualified every single time for the playoffs, right? And even in 2023, if Shubman Gill's knock wouldn't have come, RCB would have qualified. And qualifying 5 out of 6 times is no mean feat. And if a team is consistently performing like that, they are bound to win the championship sooner than later. This year, it looked like everything was falling in place for RCB right from the auction. I remember after the auction was done, I remember there were so many reviews and people were talking so much about how RCB management missed a trick by not buying KL Rahul, how they missed a trick by not buying probably an explosive middle order foreign guy, and all these things. How they let go of Will Jacks to MI and how they only got in Livingstone and getting Romario Shepherd and all these things. People were talking so much about RCB's auction strategy. But I believed somewhere that RCB is taking an approach that you are not used to seeing from RCB. This team bought players who are genuine match winners. You knew that Krunal Pandya on his day will win a match on his own, and he did it yesterday. He did it against Delhi. You know Romario Shepherd has it in him to score a 15-ball 50 on his day. You know on his day Tim David knows what to do in those last 2 or 3 overs. There were a couple of questions about what Jitesh Sharma's role is going to be in this team and why Livingstone and not somebody else. Every question has been answered in the course of this tournament. Livingstone has not performed that great with the bat, I know. But in Chennai, his bowling was great. On decks where it can spin, he can give you both off spin and leg spin. And yesterday, when the pressure was the highest, Livingstone did what he had to do. He just played a little cameo which helped RCB to get to a competitive total. You know Virat Kohli is always going to be there for the team. He's always going to perform. And he again, just like that, delivered a 650 plus run season. And that's what you expect from Virat Kohli. You got Phil Salt. Phil Salt did what Phil Salt does. On his day, that is at least 6 or 7 games, he would just give you those blazing starts. And on the day Phil Salt bats for 6 or 7 overs, you know RCB is in a very good position more often than not. We've spoken so much about the batting and the middle order all-rounders and people like that. But what inspired me the most in the auction was the choice of bowlers RCB went with. They got in a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Leaving Siraj out of the team for when the retentions were over was a huge decision because Siraj has found his home here in Bengaluru. But leaving him out was a very, very big decision. And when I was also not sure because Siraj was coming up the ranks at that time and he has done amazingly well even this year for Gujarat. But getting in a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was an inspired move. I'm saying it because Bhuvaneshwar Kumar increasingly has become a better and better death bowler with each passing year. He was an exponent of new ball bowling and so is Siraj. Siraj can probably try and emulate what Bhuvaneshwar Kumar does with the new ball. But what Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is giving you with that old ball in the death is something that is worth so much. So getting in Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was very, very important for a team like RCB because every single time we had a Siraj in the starting overs and as long as we had Chahal, even the middle orders were sorted. But we were always lacking a good death bowler. Last year we saw Yash Dayal doing some really good job as a death bowler. So they retained Yash Dayal ahead of Siraj. That for me also was an inspired move. So you needed somebody to back Yash Dayal in the death. And we got Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. And what did Bhuvaneshwar Kumar do? We saw what he did yesterday in the finals. His wide Yorkers, his change of pace, his knuckleball, his leg cutters, everything. He has so many options in the death overs. So I think that was one of the biggest plus for RCB getting in Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. And everybody talks about Mitchell Starks, the Trent Bolts, the Jofra Archers, the flamboyance of all these overseas fast bowlers. But who did RCB go with? They went with Hazelwood. Hazelwood is not even a permanent choice bowler for Australia in T20 internationals. But we know what our Hazelwood has done for us in the past. And we saw what he did for Chennai in the past. Hazelwood has height, Hazelwood has consistency, Hazelwood is relentless with his lengths, and most importantly, Hazelwood has the mindset of a champion. So RCB went ahead with Hazelwood, and we all saw what Hazelwood is capable of. He won RCB matches from nowhere, literally nowhere. And RCB fans will remember Hazelwood as much as India fans will remember Bumrah. Because Hazelwood gave those breakthroughs whenever the team needed one. And what Hazelwood does is he's relentless with his length. But if that length is being hit, he can also bowl a great Yorker. He can go for a wide Yorker. That game against Punjab at Mullanpur in the league stage, we all remember what Hazelwood and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar did at the death. Had I told before the tournament that Hazelwood and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar are capable of bowling 24 Yorkers in the last 4, nobody would have believed. These are the bowlers who were underdogs. RCB is not used to playing underdogs. RCB is used to playing flamboyant players like the AB de Villiers, the Maxwells, the Chris Gales, all these, the Cameron Greens, the Dale Steins, all these people, the Mitchell Starks have played for RCB. The flamboyance has always been there. But the underdogs who come in and silently perform for the team and win games. We've never seen that with RCB. And this year, that was the hallmark of RCB. They had Hazelwood winning games after games for RCB. They had Krunal Pandya winning games after games for RCB. And they had Jitesh Sharma creating that impact silently every single game. How invaluable was his knock last night? Him coming at a position where Virat Kohli almost made it look like a pitch which had so many demons. Jitesh Sharma comes in and goes after the best bowler in the day, Kyle Jamieson, and scores 20 odd runs of him. He forces Kyle Jamieson to change his lengths. He confuses him. And the team, Punjab, who looked like they were executing their plans to the T, they looked a little panicked. We all saw it. We all saw how Shreyas Iyer was after that over. Because you're forced to think of a plan B when somebody is counter-attacking you. So the Jitesh Sharmas of RCB, the Hazelwoods, the Bhuvneshwar Kumars, the Krunal Pandyas, these are the underdogs who have done it for RCB. No doubt Virat Kohli has again had a great season with the bat, but that's what Virat Kohli has been doing forever. This is not something that RCB has got for the first time. But it's the contribution, small contributions from the others in the team, from literally everybody else. That's the reason why RCB could go all the way this time. Yesterday's match, let's talk a little bit about that. I am a huge Virat Kohli fan, but what Virat Kohli did yesterday was unacceptable. I was thinking, what is he up to now? Why is he not trying to go after the bowlers? The reason is not because Virat Kohli cannot hit the runs. It's because of the efforts. It's because of the execution of the plans by Punjab. They've had one plan. We are going to bowl into the wicket and slower. You pull the ball and get a boundary. As long as you don't pull the ball, we are not going to give you anything. If the moment you pull the ball, you'll get all the runs. He played an uppercut in the middle of the innings, and I thought, oh, he has unveiled a new shot. But again and again, he was trying to play risk-free, but Punjab was not allowing them to play risk-free. They were bowling 4 to 5 back of the length short balls each over, and they didn't let Virat Kohli ease. And the moment Virat Kohli thought that, oh, now this is the time I have to go for it, and when he pulls the ball, he doesn't connect it well and gets out. RCB was in trouble. Let me tell you, RCB, when Virat Kohli got out, was in trouble. And it's not because Virat Kohli is out, but it's because of the number of balls Virat Kohli played and the impact that he failed to make in a big game like the finals. And once that was done, I felt the game is over. But Jitesh Sharma, when he comes to the party and the way he played yesterday, I'm telling you, this RCB team always believed. Every single person in the team believed that they are as capable as Virat Kohli is to win the tournament for their team. And that's what Jitesh Sharma did yesterday. That's what Phil Salt did yesterday in the little 8 to 9 balls that he played. He made an impact. Mayank Agarwal made an impact. Rajat Patidar made an impact. Livingstone made an impact. And those are those small impacts. There was no 50 in the whole innings. And we saw RCB still made it to 191. 191 surely was a below par score on that pitch, but it was a final game. And Punjab had 6 uncapped players. Let's spare a moment to talk about Punjab here. Punjab has been the most consistent team in my books. Because you knew there was a game against KKR where they were bundled out for 113 or even less than that. And they didn't give up. The bowlers didn't give up. They thought there's something in the pitch that they can get something out of the pitch, and they bundled out KKR for less than 100 and they won that match. So Punjab had the belief this time that they can cross the line, and they were led by an inspired leader in Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer for me was the captain of the tournament. Of course, Rajat Patidar was great, and no praise is enough for Rajat Patidar. But Shreyas Iyer for me, leading a bunch of youngsters into the finals and playing like that, putting up a fight against the likes of Virat Kohli, Phil Salt, Livingstone, Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Krunal Pandya, they were all match winners. Punjab has done exceedingly well in this tournament and they can be very, very, very proud of their campaign. In the starting of the podcast, I said luck is an underrated term in cricket, and Punjab were on the wrong side of it last night. RCB has been on the wrong side of it for so many years now, but Punjab were the ones who had to take the wrong pill last night, and I completely understand how it feels to be on that side of the things. RCB has been there so many times. It was their moment to enjoy and to cherish, and we saw what Kohli did when they knew they were on the verge of victory. And rightfully so. The amount of trolling, the amount of humiliation, the amount of jokes that were made on Kohli and RCB. Like they say, a poor man's joke is always funny. People love making fun of teams that don't win, teams that always fight but don't win, teams are passionate but don't win. If RCB had 6 or 7 trophies by now, everybody would have been saying RCB is like an Australian cricket team. They just walk the talk and all of that. But just because they didn't win, even though they were consistent, even though they have performed well, RCB has always been a joke to so many people. And that's the reason why today we are seeing so much going on social media saying, oh, this team doesn't win, that doesn't deserve to win, save humanity save humanity by beating RCB and all of that. I mean, for heaven's sake, this has been the team that has won most number of games in the last 6 years. If there is any team that deserves to win this trophy, it's only and only RCB. No other team, including the 5-time champions Mumbai and CSK, have been as consistent as RCB has been. The management has done so many things right. The team has done so many things right. Every player in the team wanted to win. The fans were passionate. I understand the toxicity in a bunch of fans, but that's there with every other team. As the league grows, as the fandom grows, toxicity also is bound to grow. You don't judge the character of a team based on those 4 or 5 sad people who troll other teams or who make mockery of other teams or who are fighting, get into this Twitter trolling and dragging in families and stuff like that. They are all sad people. They are an exception. They are not fans. They are trolls. But you don't judge a team based on them. You judge a team by their performance on field. And if there is a team that has performed as well as RCB, they would have deserved this cup. But RCB in the last 6 years, they tried as hard as anyone can ever try. And they have won this trophy rightfully. They've earned this trophy. Today when they go to Chinnaswamy Stadium, each fan will be crying along with Virat Kohli, along with the masseur, along with the coaches, along with the support staff, everybody who dreamt of lifting this cup in 18 years. For me, the story of RCB is one for the ages. You have to learn so much from RCB and how they have tackled the amount of trolling, the amount of hatred, humiliation, and how they've come up the ranks and how they have finally conquered the IPL, which everybody thought they would never do. This trophy has eluded Virat Kohli for 18 long years. It's very easy to make fun of somebody, but imagine you're the greatest batsman in the league. You're still the greatest batsman in the league. You've scored most number of runs. You've had most 500 plus seasons. You've done everything that anybody could do, and Virat Kohli, like he said yesterday, that he has given his youth, prime and experience to this franchise. And he has never won the trophy. For somebody like that to finally think that, oh, is this coming true? To realize that it's actually happening. It's as emotional as it can get. And I'm really, really happy from the bottom of my heart for Virat Kohli and for RCB for how greatly they've gone about this season, and they've gone about the last 5 or 6 years. But as a closing note, I would just want to say that RCB has fought really hard through 18 years, and now that they've won, I only hope that they don't forget how they got here. And I really hope that they don't take this for granted and value this trophy, and that they remember what it means to their fans and what it means to players like Virat Kohli. People who are going to come and play for RCB in the days to come, I hope they know which team they are going to be playing for and the legacy that this team has. The amount of joy that this team has given to fans over the years despite not winning the trophy. It's very easy to get carried away and think that they are an IPL winner now. But I hope RCB continues to play the way they did in the last 6 years for forever. And this is the moment of celebration and joy for RCB and its fans. Congratulations to RCB and Virat Kohli. And like everybody is saying, Sala Cup Namdu.